the big ownership talks at Manchester United today. These are brand new pictures of the Qatari delegation arriving at Carrington.
Well, look, Sheikh Jassim will be making his bid. The latest information we have is that bid will definitely go in either later today or over the weekend.
All right, so we're going to take a deep dive today into all this talk about Sheikh Jassim and Manchester United.
Sounds good.
There's been so much talk about it, and
Yeah, a lot of buzz.
it seems like Man U fans are getting
In
their
the
hopes
future
up a bit
ownership
too
of
much.
the club tonight, we can tell you that
Yeah, it's
Sheikh Jassim.
understandable though, right? I mean, this could be massive for the club.
Sure, but
We're going to be realistic too.
Oh, absolutely. We need to look at what's actually possible, even with all his money.
Exactly. So let's break down what fans are hoping to see. I mean, what are the key areas they want revitalized?
Well, the main ones are the ones that have been getting neglected. I'd say things like Old Trafford.
Right, their home turf.
Exactly, and also their training ground, Carrington.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
And then, of course, just the overall legacy of the club, getting back to that winning mentality.
Yeah, they're dreaming big, right? A revamped stadium, maybe even a new Carrington, pumping out stars, and just that dominance that Man U used to have.
For sure, but the question is how much of that is actually realistic? Right, and how much can Sheikh Jassim actually do, even with all his resources?
I think it's helpful to maybe start with why these areas are so important. Like, for example, with Old Trafford.
Yeah.
It's not just a stadium. It's, like you said, their home turf. It's the heart of the club. It's what represents their history,
I mean, just imagine going to games there. It must be electrifying.
Oh, absolutely. And, there have been reports that the Glazers have been letting the infrastructure decay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if Jassim comes in with his investment, you could see a completely modernized stadium. I mean, maybe even something like a retractable roof to, compete with other top clubs.
That would be incredible. I mean, It would definitely help attract talent too, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. And speaking of talent, you have Carrington, which is all about developing future players.
Right. So are you saying a state-of-the-art training facility could attract even more young talent?
Exactly. A modern training ground with top-notch facilities can really be a major draw for young players who want to, make it big.
That makes sense, I guess.
It's an investment in the club's long-term success, which I think is what the fans really want to see,
Has made another increased bid.
And then there's that whole legacy
Yeah.
piece. I mean, Manchester United
Team
used to be
will
the top
be
dog.
making his bid. The latest information we have is
They've
that
definitely
bid.
lost their edge.
Yeah, it feels like they've lost that something special.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And their legacy isn't just about trophies, it's about being able to pull in the best players and having that global fan base that they're known for.
Like a brand.
Exactly. And Jassim's investment could be a way to get that dominance back.
Okay, but there's that catch.
Oh, yeah.
The minority stake thing.
Exactly.
So, I mean, does that even mean he'll have control? I mean, he can't just call all the shots, right?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it? With a minority stake, he'll have a voice for sure, but not necessarily the deciding vote.
So how much can he actually change then?
Well, think of it this way. He's like a really powerful shareholder, but he's not the only one making decisions.
So that means things could get interesting.
Yeah, it raises all sorts of questions about how things will be run. Will he have a say in transfers? Will he try to push for certain managers?
And how's he going to work with the other stakeholders?
Right.
Will it be like a smooth collaboration, or could there be conflicts?
Exactly. And it's not just about the money at that point. It's about navigating the power dynamics within the club.
So even with all the potential good that could come from this,
Yeah.
it sounds like things could actually get,
Complicated.
yeah.
Very complicated.
Huh.
Jassim may want to do all these great things like fixing up Old Trafford and Carrington, but if he doesn't have the control, he might not get to do it the way he wants.
I see what you mean.
It's really all going to come down to how this power-sharing situation actually plays out.
So it's not as straightforward as it seems at first glance.
Definitely not. There are a lot of layers to this.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I guess we're all left wondering, will this really change things for Manchester United? I mean, how will the club look in 5-10 years under this new setup? I guess that's something for all of us to think about.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be fascinating to see how it all unfolds.
Definitely.
Absolutely fascinating.
All right, well, that's our deep dive for today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this was great. And everyone listening, thanks for tuning in.
See you.